And good morning again. Today is Tuesday, September the 28th, 2021. Let's read the second part of the story about the elves and the shoemaker.
Good morning, happy Tuesday. It's time for the second part of our fable about the shoemaker and the elves. Today is Tuesday, September the 28th. 2 more days and September is also finished already. What? So quickly? Hey, can't imagine. It's almost October. Okay, so let's read the second part of our story about the shoemaker. But first, we do 6 vocabulary words. Okay, the vocabulary is not so hard today. Start with number 1. P-O-O-R. P-O-O-R. Poor. Poor. Okay, what does the word poor mean? Poor means when you don't have many things. So you don't have money, you cannot buy food, then you are poor. Maybe you don't have a house, or you have a very old house and hardly any money to buy food. That means you are poor. So we always try to help the poor people. So in this case, you read yesterday about the shoemaker. I want you to read it again, by the way, but more about that later. The shoemaker is very poor, so he tries to make shoes to make some money, and then he will sell his shoes, right? That is the next one. Okay, this one, number 2. The opposite of poor, R-I-C-H. R-I-C-H. Rich. Rich. Okay, there's many people that say, oh, I'm not rich. But for me, if you have a house and you have a car or 2 cars and you can buy whatever food you want, you can drink whatever you want, you can buy clothes whenever you want, for me, you are already rich, nah? Because you have everything that you need. But for some people, they say, no, I'm rich when I have 10 houses and 20 cars and a whole bucket full of gold. Then I'm rich. But yes, that's true. Then you have even more. But I think you're a rich man if you have everything that you need. Right? So for me, that's being rich. Okay, the next one, number 3, sell. S-E-L-L. Sell. So if you sell something, it means you have something, somebody else will get it from you and give you money for it. That means sell. So, for example, I went to the supermarket and they sold me this bottle of vitamin water. I bought it, I gave them 17 baht, they sold it to me. Okay, so past tense for sell is sold. Yeah? Okay, one more time. Poor. P-O-O-R. The opposite is rich. R-I-C-H. Sell. S-E-L-L. Past tense is sold. Okay, 3 more. Okay, the next 3. Number 4. Said it already. S-O-L-D. S-O-L-D. Sold. Sold. Past tense, present tense is sell, right? As in vocabulary word number 3. So, today I sell, yesterday I sold. Number 5, N-E-A-T, N-E-A-T, neat, neat. What is neat? Neat means everything is tidy and nice. It's neat. When your room is neat, it means it's not a mess, not everything is scattered everywhere. Everything is in his place, in the place where it should be, and it looks all nice. So that's neat. Also, when you're dressed very nicely, you can also say, wow, he's looking very neat. He has nice clothes. So that's the word neat. Then number 6, W-O-R-E. War. War. War is also a past tense word. What is the present tense for war? Wear, right? I wear my school uniform. Yesterday I wore my school uniform. So it's past tense for wear. Okay, so one more time. Sold, S-O-L-D, past tense for the word sell. Neat, N-E-A-T. Everything is nice and tidy, everything is neat. Wore, W-O-R-E. Yesterday I wore nice clothes. Present tense, today I wear nice clothes. Okay, let's have a look at the second part of our story. Okay, so let's read the second part of our story about the shoemaker and the elves. What I want you to do, go back to yesterday and read the first part of the story again. Then you come back here and you read the second part of the story. Why? Because later we have 4 questions about the story, and then you need to have the whole story fresh in your mind. So read the first part again from yesterday, then you come back here and read the second part. Okay, I hope you did what I asked you to do and read part 1 again. Then you are ready for part 2 now. Okay, so let's read part 2 of the fable, The Shoemaker and the Elves.
Okay, let's read the second part. So remember, in the first part, the shoemaker had leather for 1 pair of shoes. He cut the leather and put it in his shop, and when he came back the next morning, the shoes were already finished. Thus, I think the elves did that. So he sold the shoes and he bought new leather for 2 pairs of shoes. He cut them again, put it on his bench. So let's see what happened the next morning. The next morning, when he went into his shop to make the shoes, what did he find? Yes, there were 2 pairs of shoes already made. The work was so well done that those shoes were also sold very quickly. So again, the shoes were finished. The elves helped him again. One more time. The next morning, when he went into his shop to make the shoes, what did he find? Yes, there were 2 pairs of shoes already made. The work was so well done that those shoes were also sold very quickly. With the money, the poor shoemaker bought enough leather for 4 pairs of shoes. Those he also cut out and left upon his bench. The next morning, he found 4 pairs of beautiful shoes, all well made. So now he has 4 pairs of shoes. Let's read it one more time. With the money, the poor shoemaker bought enough leather for 4 pairs of shoes. Those he also cut out and left upon his bench. The next morning, he found 4 pairs of beautiful shoes, all well made. And so it went on and on. Instead of being a very poor shoemaker, he became a very rich shoemaker. His shoes were so well made that even the queen herself wore them. So, what happened in the story? The poor shoemaker got help from the elves. We didn't see the elves, we didn't read about the elves, but we know the elves were there to help him. So let's read the last part one more time. And so it went on and on. Instead of being a very poor shoemaker, he became a very rich shoemaker. His shoes were so well made that even the queen herself wore them.
Okay, and now it's question time. This time only 4 questions. Yes, only 4 questions. I want you to record your answers, so in a voice clip or a video clip, only answer these 4 questions. So it's not that much, only 4. Okay, let's have a look at the questions and then you can answer them during a recording.
Okay, so here are the questions for today. Only 4 questions. Record you answering the questions. Record yourself. So, question number 1 is, who helps the shoemaker make the nice shoes? Who helps the shoemaker make the nice shoes? Number 2, what does the shoemaker buy with the money he makes selling shoes? What does the shoemaker buy with the money he makes selling shoes? Number 3, which word best describes the shoemaker? So that means in the story, the first part of the story, what word described the shoemaker? They say there was a very shoemaker. And then number 4, what might have happened if the shoemaker got no help? So what would have happened to the shoemaker if the elves didn't help him? That could be any answer, so just tell me, what do you think would have happened to the shoemaker if the elves didn't help him? Okay, record your answers to these 4 questions and then you're finished.
Okay, well, do your best answering those 4 questions. And then the reading class for today is finished. I will see you at 1 p.m. for our Zoom class. We have a new chapter, mathematics, all about mass and weight. So I'm looking forward to that. See you at 1 p.m.